Hello, good morning. I would like to bring you a theme which is a polemic one. So, can we avoid comparison with each other? Can we stop doing the comparison? Can we stop comparing? And why there's a risk in comparison? And how can you solve that? That's basically the subject that I want to cover today. So my name is Antonio Norton. Welcome to Grab Your Freedom, to my page where I try to daily, sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, to daily bring subjects that are useful to leverage your business, to leverage your income, to help you as a network marketeer or as an online marketeer or an affiliate marketeer to get daily leads and daily sales. As you are hopping in, please say hi, tell me who you are and where you are from, so I can give you a shout out. So this is a polemic theme that I want to talk about today. To be honest with you, it's not really well prepared. So I didn't, just closed myself and bring a piece of paper and a pen and wrote a lot about the subject. No, this time I didn't, but I have a few ideas that I would like to share with you. I would like to start with a story that happened a few weeks ago. So I went to this great place, this countryside place, this kind of a countryside house, where I gathered with around 50 people, 50 to 80 people. And we all did an ecstatic dance. I don't know if you know what is an ecstatic dance, but it's basically a dance where you just let yourself go, let yourself feel the music, feel the flow of the music, the wave of the music, because the music has this different. Hello, Lee. Thank you for hopping in. I hope you are still here. I'm talking about comparison and if it's possible to avoid comparing with each other and how to solve that. That's the topic. So you are more than welcome to give your opinion about the subject. So I was talking about a story, something that happened a few weeks ago to me. So I went to this countryside place. I went to this huge gathering of people, and we did an ecstatic dance, which is great. It's an amazing experience. And I was just flowing around, feeling the music, feeling the wave of the music. And it's a place where you are supposed to just be in contact with yourself, with your body, with your breathing, and just let yourself go, just dance as much as you want, the way you want, explore your movement, explore your body, all that, So I did all that. And sometimes I had my eyes closed, and sometimes I had my eyes opened. And fortunately, sometimes I had my eyes opened because I found that some of the people there were making beautiful movements with their bodies. They were undulating with their bodies, and really it was beautiful. It was like a kinetic poetry. It was like body poetry. It was really touching and beautiful. And I was in awe with all that. I was really inspired by that movement, that grace, that gift that those people had. And I thought to myself, whoa, probably these people are real dancers because they move their body in a different way. They are more evoluted in the way they use their body. So in the end of this moment, this dance, I start to chat with a colleague of mine of my university that I hadn't seen for, I don't know, 20 years or something like that. And I talked with her and I asked her, hey, did you notice those people? They were dancing in a different way. So beautiful the way they were dancing, so poetic, so incredible, so wow, I was astonished. I just shared that. And she told me something that I probably will never forget. She said to me, hey, you are like in a spiritual place, you know, we are just a big family. You are not supposed to compare yourself with the others. And I thought to myself, what the hell is she saying? How can I not compare? And what is the problem with comparing myself with the other? What's the problem with that? I just, there was just a possibility for that not happen. It would be have my eyes closed all the time. If I would have my eyes closed all the time, of course, I would not compare it because I wouldn't have been able to see anything. But I had my eyes opened, so I just saw those people dancing, and I compared. Of course, I compared. I understood that my movements they didn't have that graciousness, they didn't have that equilibrium, they didn't have that perfection. It's just that those movements were different, you know. So I looked at them and I said to her, hey, this is amazing. This was amazing. And she said, hey, you are not supposed to compare. How can you not compare? Come on. So my subject today is, can we avoid comparison? I truly believe you can't avoid comparison. We are comparing each other all the time. Come on. When you are in your network marketing business, and when you see someone on the stage, you are comparing yourself with the other. When you see the results of someone, you are comparing yourself with the other. When someone has more leads than you, you are comparing yourself with the other. When someone has more sales than you are comparing yourself with the other. When someone has less sales than you, or less leads than you, or less customers than you, or less success than you are comparing yourself with the other. It's unavoidable, unless you are Buddha. I'm not Buddha. Are you Buddha? I'm not. So, and the thing is, this is a point that I want to point, is there's no problem with that. We all do that. No problem. The problem is when you get smashed by the emotions that can come from the comparison. For instance, you can have two, or let's say 3 different situations. You can compare yourself with the other, and that can bring no impact to you because it's not important for you. Like, for instance, I can compare myself with someone who is painting marvelously, drawing, and I can say, oh my God, he's so skillful. I'm not skillful. I don't have that skill. I never worked on that skill, so I don't have it. Will that make an impact, an emotional impact on me? Will that bring strong and powerful and intense emotions to me? No, it won't, because it's not significant to me. You know, I don't care. It's not important. I don't need to be a big painter. I don't need that. I don't want that. So I won't be conditioned by those emotions. I won't be smashed by that emotion. So it's like a neutral event to me. Now, there are other situations where I can perceive the other as an inferior person. Like, for instance, if someone has less success than me, less leads, less sales, less customers, less engagement, I can be smashed by the emotions that can come. And what are those emotions that can come? I can become arrogant. I can become superior. I can feel myself with a big narcissism, like a balloon that is inflated. And the problem is when I have those kind of emotions, I will detach myself from the other. I will lose the empathy that I could have for that person. And I will just become arrogant. And when I become arrogant, I become alone because I close myself to the others. I just hear myself speaking. I don't see and I don't hear the other. So I will close myself. I will become alone and my heart will be closed. Hello, friend. I see you like my lives. I'm talking about, can we avoid comparison? And I'm saying, and this is a polemic thing that I'm saying that you cannot avoid comparison. The problem is not you compare with the other. The problem is when you get smashed by the emotions that can appear from that comparison. That's the problem. So I'm basically talking about a moment when you feel inferior, when you feel superior to someone. When you compare and you feel superior. That's a problem when you start to develop arrogance, narcissism, when you feel like you are your results, when you feel like your identity or your self-esteem is based on your results, on your leads, on your sales, on your customers, whatever. When you glue your identity with what you achieved, that's the problem. That's when things can get rough, because in that moment you can become arrogant. You can look at the other and say, oh, come on, he has no skills, or he or she has no abilities, or whatever. That's the problem. When you get smashed by the emotion takes over and you lose your empathy for the other. You lose your compassion for the other. You lose the capacity to look at the other and to feel inside yourself that you can help that person, that you can share with that person what you know, what you found, that you can open yourself to the experience of opening your heart and helping the other. That's the problem. When you get closed and when you glue your identity with your results, then your narcissism gets big. This is the process when you look at someone that has inferior results or less success, and you get smashed by the emotion. Now, let's talk about the other situation. The other situation is when you feel inferior. Now, you don't feel superior now, you are feeling inferior. And you are feeling inferior, and the problem is not feeling inferior. The problem is when you become again glued with the results, like your identity, your self-esteem, like you are your results. So if I have no leads, if I have no sales, if I have no customers, if I have no engagement, if no one talks to me, if I have rejection, that means that I am no one, or that I am inferior, that I have no skills or no abilities. That's the problem, when you get smashed by that emotion. And what can happen? Lots of things. You can become depressed. You can, thank you. You can become depressed. You can become with low self-esteem. You can become with rage for yourself, guilty for yourself, with yourself, or with the other. Or have rage or envy because the other, or hostility, or get cynical with the other, because you can look at the other like, oh, he's so good, he's making so many leads and so many sales, I don't want to talk with him, he makes me angry, or making me furious, or I don't like the way he speaks, or I don't like the way he smiles, or come on, he's so cynical. You know, all that. That's the problem. That's the problem, is when you get smashed by the emotion and you glue your identity with your results. That's the problem. Because, and this is important, you are not your results, you are not the leads you make, you are not the sales you make, you are not the clients you have, you are not the success you make, you are none of that. And the moment you realize that you are not one of that, hello Carlos, welcome. That's the moment when you will get free of yourself and feel able to have empathy for yourself in first place, and of course for the others. You have empathy for the others that surround you, and you will open your heart, and when you open your heart you have empathy, and empathy is the key. So this is the last part of my sharing today. Empathy is the key, because when you have empathy, you want to reach to the other, because you get inspired. You get inspired. Inspiration comes from comparison, because you understand that there's someone that is inspiring you, that someone knows more than you or did something different than you did. So you can learn from that person. You have the opportunity, the possibility to learn from that person. But you need to open your heart and to be able to receive the knowledge the other person can give you. So because you are empathic with that person, because you want to learn from that person, because you feel inspired by that person. But that process started by comparing, by looking at you and seeing, oh, I have this, I don't have that. I would like to have that. So I'm going to reach that person and see if she is able to help me move along. You know, so because I admire that person, I want to reach that level. So that's the difference. So I believe that comparison is unavoidable, and that the problem is not comparison, is when you get your identity glued with your results and then you get smashed by your emotions, whether you feel inferior or whether you feel superior. That's the problem, when you feel inferior or when you feel superior. If you feel inferior, you get depressed. If you feel, and you can have hostility for those that have success. If you feel superior, you can have arrogance and feel, like they are worthless, the others, and I don't need them. That's the problem, when you are here or when you are here. But you can be here. You just have to open your heart and be empathic with yourself, with the others, and accept and embrace where you are now. Okay, so if this makes sense to you, drop me a high five. And if you want to work with me, please write on your comments work or something like that, or I would like to work with you or to know more. And my name is Antonio Norton, and this is Grab Your Freedom, and I hope you got value from this sharing today, and I hope I can make it tomorrow. I will try. Let's see. Thank you, friend. It's a pleasure to have you here and to see that you found value in what I shared today. Bye bye. Take care.